All right, so welcome to Live with Prima. Adrienne here. Tonight we're going to be doing an awesome wall decor piece for Christmas. It's really simple and easy. I'm focusing in on a lot of Frank Garcia's Victorian Christmas. I'm going to be mixing in this new Carte Blanch wooden piece that you can do real easy things with. You can hang it with the string here, or you can hang it on a nail. There's two different sizes, and I'm using the smaller size this evening, and it's just so cute and petite, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So before I get started, I want to do announcements, and all right, gotta make sure that I get them to the right one. All right, where is Carrie's announcements? Okay, next show is on Tuesday, November 24th. At 11 a.m. Pacific time. Sharon Lackinen will be doing a fun feature, One Product, Three Ways. So many cool ideas packed into one show. Okay? Hi guys, welcome. Okay, so there also, number 2, there's another announcement. There is no show next Thursday. It's Thanksgiving here, November 26th. We're taking the night off for Thanksgiving. Okay? So let me just jump right into this and get started. Yes, Sharon is on Tuesday. One project, three ways. And so stay tuned. At the end, I do have a few things I want to share with you. I have an ornament, and so make sure you stay till the end. Okay, gals? All right. So this is my wall decor piece. I glittered up an F that I got at Michael's, and it just was a cute little addition, a nice focal point to just bring it all together. And lots of glitter on this, tons of glitter. So if you're not into glitter, you might want to come up with an alternative or just leave it off. And it is very jazzed up. So I am making one tonight with the letter T. I have a very good friend who is getting married in June, and her last name is going to be T. So I'm doing a little present for her with the second one tonight. So let's get started. Okay, so I have this wall decor piece, and again the number, starts falling everywhere already. The number for that is 583057, and I took Frank Garcia's new paper, and I did cut it down already, but it looks like this, and I have it in a bunch of different pieces. Okay, this paper is, oh goodness, I'm gonna totally butcher this name. It's French in true Frank form. Le Sapin de Noel. Do you like my accent? It's 990503. I actually didn't do so well in French class, so forgive me, all you French people out there. So this paper is gorgeous. There is some gold foil on there on the Christmas tree. Maybe try to get it so it it shines. There you go. So you can see the intricate detail. There's this nice little holly design on the back, and on the top corner you also have December 25th in gold foil as well. Okay, so it's a very beautiful piece of paper. I just chose the bottom right corner with the 2-5. Honestly, at the end you're not even really going to see the 2-5. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. Did I do a good job with my French accent? Oh my. So, oh, there's stuff falling everywhere already. Okay, so I'm going to take this paper, and one of the wonderful things about Finalizing's products is that they are so multifaceted. You can use them for different things. I'm using the soft matte gel as an adhesive tonight, and I have a bunch just on the top, so I'm just going to wipe that on there actually. That's perfect. And I'm just going to spread it out with my Finalizing paintbrushes, and I'll tell you those numbers here in 1 second. Okay. Get it nice and juiced up under there, because I want to get it right to the edge of the paper. Oui, oui, yes. I would like to hear Delina say French in her southern accent. I think that would be so cute. She's already so adorable. All right, so I want to really get this softener gel to the very edge of my paper so it does not warp and buckle at all. And I'm just going to center it right here in the center of the wood piece. And I'm really going to press down. And I just take my hands and just kind of spread it outwards. It's really right the whole way to the edge to make sure that it's on there. I got to make sure it's not crooked because pretty sure I put the other one on crooked. Shh, don't tell anyone. All right, so I'm just adjusting it a little bit, making sure that it's nice and flat on there. Oh, I know. The brushes are awesome. I have like 3 packages. I have them all sitting in this cute little jar, and my daughter keeps stealing them. And I keep finding them all over the house, and I'm like, what are you doing with my brushes? She's painting her nails with them and putting them in her backpack. They are really fun. Yes, 3 packs. You can never have too many. And I do abuse mine more than I'd like to admit, so I will actually just wipe this off a little bit and I'll rinse it later because I'm going to use it to glitter up that T initial. Okay? Alright. So now that we have that done, I am going to turn to my Tim Holtz vintage photo. It's an oldie but goodie. I have been using this for quite a long time, to the point where I think that this ink pad's pretty much shot. I went out and got some more today just so we had backup. So I just really, I mean, Frank started it. He wanted vintage, so I'm going to give him vintage. I'm really going to juice up the corners of this paper, and I'm going to go the whole way off the edge. Oh, sorry, my camera is having a hard time focusing because I'm moving too much. Just going to juice it up and really get the edges nice and vintagey and dark color. And I'm going to go right off the edge. Just easier here for me to hold it up here. And it doesn't have to be like, you can do whatever you want. I go in circles, I go back and forth. You just want to get the edges nice, some nice color. And I'm going to just do the edge over here on the side. And there's going to be, I'm using a lot of acrylic paint tonight. So you'll see how it kind of just brings it all together. But I am giving the wood a little bit of more of a wood color because it looks like it is painted white. Another reason why I am not doing it on my table is my table shakes uncontrollably, and it's a rickety old thing. And Carrie was making fun of me last time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Forgive me, girls. So I'm just going to really darken it up a little bit here. Kind of bring it, go like this on the side. I'm not sure what is happening right there. There's a line. Okay, that's fine. You know, we'll work around it. There's like these lines here I'm not sure quite why that's happening. But I'll cover it up with paint. And that's the beauty of this, all this stuff, is you can work miracles with your paper and your projects if something goes wrong. Okay, so right now I'm just giving it a lot of color on the edge. I'm just going in circular motions. And I really should crack open my new one, but I'm trying to get as much of the old one as I can. I'm really not taking a whole lot of care to the edge, these edges, because, I mean, they're not going to be seen completely. I really want to pay attention to this front, especially the parts that I know are going to be seen. These clusters, I mean, the clusters are going to cover up here and down here, so we really want to concentrate on the areas that are going to be more prominent and kind of stick out more. So I'm just going over it in back and forth motion now. Okay. I'm going to crack open the new one. It's probably just going to give me a bit more ink that I need to get this job done. I'm just throwing all my trash on the floor, which is always fun later. Okay, so right now I'm just taking it and going in circular motions. I'm really going to get it nice and brown now. Alright. And it looks intense now, but I'm going to show you how to tone it down. I'm going to be using some acrylics, kind of just pulling it all together. It's a little too much. You can blend it. It really looks like a vintage photo. Just do the edge. Go around the corners. Oh my goodness, Lisa, you're so funny. All right. Okay, almost there. All right, so I got some nice color on there. Oh, whoops. I'm going to just do a once over on each side. You guys still out there? You're still hanging in there with me? I don't see anybody chatting. That worries me. It can only mean one thing. That you're all gone. All right, so I'm just blending now. Okay, good. I got really nervous right there. I was like, oh my goodness, where are they? I'm like, my thing's still recording. Can you tell I still have the jitters from the first couple times, Carrie will vouch. Oh man, it was so touch and go trying to get, this was breaking and this was breaking and this was breaking. And I was like, where are they? Okay. And now my hands are all just juiced up. Okay, so I think that right here we're having like some issues with the ink. It's not really taking, and it's probably because that soft matte gel got on there and it has not completely dried yet. So I can always go back in and fix that later. And I'm probably just going to fill those areas in with ink, nice juicy inky paint, and just cover it all up, or put some glitter. All right, so there's always ways around troubles. All right, So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Finnabar's, this is called Net and Wire stamps, and they are 961978. And I don't know if I said it or not, but the watercolor brush set was 580421. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not. So what I did was I just took this one. They're gorgeous. They're wonderful background stamps. They're cling. They're really heavy duty, well made. There's tons of different designs. She comes up with really great background stamps, probably the best that I've seen on the market. And I'm not just saying that. I don't stand behind things that I don't agree with and think are the best. Okay, so I just took some ink and I'm just going to stamp it directly onto the net or wire, whatever it is. And see what I mean with the rickety? And I'm going to go directly, hold on, let me see here. I'm just going to do some background stamping. And I'm just going to turn it here and there so the edges aren't so hard. And again, if you make a mistake, like, it's really awesome because your flower clusters, and you have so many options. Like your flower cluster can cover it, your glitter can cover it. I'm using glass beads tonight. They'll cover it. Again, I think that my matte gel isn't completely dry, so it's not wanting to adhere too well. But you can always go back in afterwards. I'm not going to take the time and dry it because it's annoying to listen to it. Here, I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping here, just around the edges. I'm not really like worried about it being straight. I like it kind of messy. Just gives it a little more fun. Maybe I'll do some in here, coming in here. All right. I'll do a little bit here. Stop moving. Sorry, guys. See, these cling stamps can be unruly, but I just kind of, again, here I am a little hard on my products, so I do bend it here and there. Okay. All right, I might do a little bit down here. All right. So let me see if my camera, if I bring it up slow, it'll adjust. Okay, so you can see here, it's not perfect. There's some hard edges here and there, but that's okay because they're gonna be covered anyways. All right. So you just want a little bit of stamp work around the edge to just kind of give it some finer detail. All right, and you can make it as inked up as you want. And my hands are inked up for the next week. Anybody have any questions? Forest leaves die. Ah, very cool. All right, I'm trying to read you guys' messaging. All right, what's this? Clean this up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my clusters first and then do all the paint and touch-up work after, because I just go back and forth between what I want to do. But I want to lay these flowers down so I can just work around it. So I had a flower here, and let me bring it up here so I can see what I am doing. Hold on one second. I'm trying to set this up correctly. Okay, so I am using the Victorian Christmas Peace and Holly, which is 408, and I'm using all 3 flowers for that. And there was one that goes down here in the corner, and there was another one that went here, and there's another one that will go off center of the T whenever I decide to put it down. And you know, it actually might be a good idea to do that now. I'm going to actually do that now, guys, because I want it to dry a little bit before I start handling it, because it's a pain in the butt. Oops, did I say butt? Okay. All right. So I just go in here and I fill it in with some soft matte gel. Again, you can use it as a glue. Works as a great adhesive. The wood just takes right to it. You can make sure you get in all those little crevices. And I just got this letter T at Michael's. I believe that it was like $1.50, I'm gonna guess. Real cheap. It's really nicely made. Carrie and I were talking, and she even said something about using those. You could do like a 25 for Christmas, using the door numbers that you hang on your door, your front door, or your mailbox. But I will say I went to Lowe's and kind of scoped that out, and at least my Lowe's did not have a smaller size. So maybe if you were doing a larger scale, like if you were doing this exact project on, say, the bigger Carte Blanch piece, that might actually work, but it was too big for this. I digress. Anywho, okay. So right now, I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to add this glitter. So I'm using Luminous, and this is from the Finnabar pack. There's a bunch of different gold tones, and there's a silver tone, I believe, and then a brownish. There's 6 in a pack, I believe. So what I'm going to do is, that's nice and all glued up. So I'm just going to go ahead and play around with this. Get a nice thin coat. Just to keep turning it. You know, it's funny, I can't keep secrets at Christmas time. I already told my friend she was getting us for Christmas as a gift. I was like, surprise! I just couldn't hold my excitement in any longer. I have a hard time not telling people what I got them for Christmas, especially my husband. Yes, this is a Luminous glitter set. I know I said but. I'm bad. Bad to the bone. Hey, I gotta watch what I say around here. Okay. Some of it's just not wanting to stay. Okay. I'm just going to set that aside and let it dry for a minute while I'll come back to it. This is such an easy project, but it is very messy with the glitter and the beads and the mediums. It's all just sticking to me right now. Okay. So I'm going to lay this new piece down, and I'm going to come back to this. Okay. So I'm going to start gluing some of this stuff. And I'm actually going to be picking it back up and kind of placing it in different places. Ooh, I just got a whiff of it. Yikes. And then I stuck this one. I know I usually leave all the embellishing for last, but it's just kind of easier to go with this way this time. And I'm going to hold off on that. Now I added a bunch of gorgeous vines, and I'm hoarding these, just so you know. So if you ever need these, you can come to my house and there'll be a million of them. The Victorian Christmas Poinsetta Kiss. Now I used 1.5 packs to complete this project. So I have a whole sprig and then another half one. So I just, let me see here. Let me see what I did. I probably cut right here. All right. So I'm going to cut it in half. All right. And what I did was I just start tucking. You guys know I love to tuck and roll. Okay, and then I stuck another one up here. So I probably should add a little bit more glue because it's going to be really heavy and it's going to be hanging on your wall. So you really want to make sure everything stays put once it's down. Once it's down, it's down. Okay? So I'm just kind of fluffing, fluff, fluff, fluff. And then I did the exact same thing over here. I kind of opened this up into the shape of an L and let it sit like this. So one's kind of maybe a little bit more further down. Okay, so those are down. And another favorite of mine from this collection is Victorian Christmas Midnight Kiss. I love these little things. I think they're so fun. I used them on my project last time and maybe even the time before. I just feel like I've been using quite a lot of them. They're so fun. So I just kind of pulled them apart. Let me show you. See how I kind of bent them out a little bit? You want to shape them. Because I mean, they've been in a pack for a while, so you kind of want to shape them the way you want them. And I pulled out the other one, so I used 2 of those. Okay, so I'm just pulling. You want to be really delicate with these. I mean, these Prima products are really well made, but they, you know, it's a delicate item. All right. So I want to pull this, and I'll try to shape it this way. And I'm going to tuck more in. I need more glue. I'm just going to glue this beast right up. Okay. I should just leave it upside down. I always have issues with glue. It always wants to give me a problem. Oh, aren't they so pretty? I love them. They're so gorgeous, these poinsettia things. And so that's there. All right. Now what I did. Now what do I want to do next? Okay, I want to put this one over here. I'm going to tuck that one in. Aww. Aww. Sorry to hear that, Deb. Aww. That's so sweet. Okay. So, it's coming along, ladies. All right. I just want to get a good position on these flowers. Okay. Now I have these gorgeous leaves. Oh, these are favorites of mine. These velvet leaves. They are so beautiful. Just like the Royal Menagerie line had glittered velvet leaves. There are the same ones, but they're red and they're very cute. So I used mostly the darker ones, and I just used them as filler. So I kind of scrunched the end, Add a little bit of glue. Add some to the back. Yes, you're going to get glue on your fingers, but I tell you it's worth it. So I'm just going to do a bunch of tucking now and tuck this in under. And a lot of stuff is going to just hang off the edge. And I added another one. So pretty. And I add one here. Kind of play around with these leaves. There's lots of leaves in this, and I do love that. Coming along nicely. Okay. It's a little bit unruly. I want to try to get these leaves so they all really just shine. Utilize every single leaf that we have here. Okay. Alright, and I did add one back here. Back on the back. And I do have glue all over my fingers. Stuck. Okay. Alright, let's see. What else do we got in here? Alright. So, I'm going to add a few up here now. One in the top corner. One down here. So pretty. Love, 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 love. Victorian Christmas. Poinsetta Kiss. Go get it now. Terrible. Okay. So we're adding lots of these nice velvet. It's really just going to pull lots of outward. It's going to pull your eye. You're going to focus on that F on the center, and then it's going to just push your eye outward with all these beautiful clusters. I love the clusters. Okay, so I do want to pull this out just a little bit. Okay, just want to get the right position. Okay, next what I'm going to do is, I'm talking to myself a lot, I'm sorry guys. Okay, so the next I'm going to be using 12th Night, which is 583392. And I might actually use a couple extra on here since the T is a little bit more narrow than the F. I might need some filler. So we'll figure that out here. So these are gorgeous. They are lined with gold glitter around the edges. They're so pretty. Okay, so I have some nice designs. Here's like a holly patterned one. And here's another one that has like numbers on it. Very cute. Alright. And I used those two. I put one, hold on. So I put one in here, tucked it in here at an angle, not necessarily flat or anything. And there's still time for you to manipulate the flowers if you're not liking how they're kind of going in different directions. You can kind of play around with them. I'm just kind of playing around with them, sprucing them up a bit. I took this other flower, the one that has the numbers on it, and let me scrunch it without getting glue. I stuck it, let me show you, stuck it right actually on the edge, like this. So it's just hanging off. And you can do, I did not do that with the top, but you can do that with the top as well. See how you see that under there? It's kind of going off the edge. Okay. All right. There's all kinds of stuff stuck to my fingers now. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. You guys are always so sweet. Okay. Oh, sorry. I gotta adjust my seat here. All right. So let's see here. I have this beautiful little tiny one. I love these. This is probably my favorite flower out of the whole collection. You got these gorgeous beaded centers. There's those, I don't even know what they're called, the long beads. They're not the circular. They're so pretty. There's they're different colors. There's gold, green, red. There's like an off brown. Really pretty. Very detailed. I love that. I just feel like, ugh, they're my favorite. Yes, that's definitely by far. Okay. I did add some of these little ones, and they are 583439. Let me open those up. Let me see. Everything's getting in the way now. Now I didn't pull out many of the solid colors. I pulled out these cute little ones. They just go along with my project so nicely. I'll use those, a couple of those. And I'll just tuck them in here and there as filler. Maybe I'll pull out a fourth one just in case I need it. Let me check. Okay. So again, those are Christmas Eve, 583439. Okay. So I'm going to put all those aside so they're out of the way. And I'm just going to find a nice place to put these. I'm just going to tuck it in underneath there. Actually, I'm going to use a different color because it's the same design on those flowers. I'm going to make them pop. Okay, so I added one here, and I think I am going to use all four of them. I'm going to probably add one here, which I didn't on the original, but I still need to add, still need to fill in the gaps where that T is not going to cover. So I'll just stick one right there. And maybe put one, tuck one right in there. That's perfect, yes. All right, so this is really coming together now. All right, let me see. Let me think. All right, so I'm gonna stick this little teeny tiny guy down, and for some reason I'm not loving this. Yep, I pulled it off. I knew something was off, and I was like, I don't remember. So I definitely took this leaf off of this one, and you can add it if you want. I can probably just add it. I'm gonna just tuck it in somewhere else a little farther down, so it's not like dangling. All right. Now comes the tricky part, is bringing this glitter thing back into the mix. All right. So I got my glittered tea. I'm gonna just tap it, and I'm just gonna tuck it in there. Hopefully it's dry enough. I can always come back in and add more glue. So I'm probably not gonna glue the whole thing. I'm just gonna glue right here where I think it's gonna touch down on a flower or something, so it's gonna attach. Okay, so I'm just gonna press down pretty good on it to make sure that it stays. Thank you so much. Okay, there's the tea. I hope my friend loves it. So excited for her to get married. Yay! Alright, so I'm going to overlap this just a little bit. Alright, next what I did was I added a wood icon, and these are also some of my favorites from the collection. I'm a really big sucker for Prima's wood icons. And you got these adorable, these little children. They're all vintage looking, so cute. Here's a Santa on a Christmas ornament. Here's another Santa, and Merry Christmas, and I'm missing one. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Noel. Let me pull it up so you can see. There are, I don't know how many are in a pack. There's 5 different, usually 5 designs, and I think there's usually 4 of each. So you're going to get 20 to a pack. They go a long way. I'm going to be using Merry Christmas, so you can see, so dainty and adorable. You can jazz up any little project with these. I mean, you can hang these little Santa ornaments if you wanted to do something a little more. Again, you just want to make your project you, if that makes sense. I mean, you could add Noel instead of Christmas. So I'm trying to get a nice placement on this little flower, and I'm just going to tuck it right in on top of there. And I'm going to glue the edges right where they're going to touch the flower and the tea. We're coming along here, girls. Making progress. Alright, so I'm just gluing down the Merry Christmas wood icon. And I'm just going to hold it there for a second. The wood icons are 582, 517. And that is from Victorian Christmas. Most of the stuff is from Victorian Christmas except for the mediums. Okay? Anybody have any questions so far? Okay? Yes. The gold icons. I love that they have mixed in finally the gold foil. I've been waiting for Prima to do that because I know it's a huge fad, but I've been a little insane with the gold foil myself. I do quite a lot of project life on the side, and I've been really big on the gold. So I'm really happy that Frank mixed that into the mix. Frank, do that more. Okay? Alright, so I'm closing this up and I can't close it up yet because I still need it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the acrylic paint and the glass beads and the glitter, and then we're all done. Okay, let me there's some glue on this here. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add some acrylic paint. And I like these colors. They are by Luminous. This is Carmen, which is my favorite color. And I'm just gonna dab off the excess here, and I'll just use that because you don't want to add too much because these are very vibrant. I like using the acrylic here because I have much more control over it, and it does look like this really heavy blood red, but I'm going to show you how I tone it down here in a second. So I'm just filling in here and there, dabbing off the excess. Here I'm going off the edge now, and I'm just going to blend it off to the side. And I know it looks like blood and gory, but I'm going to tone down the red quite a lot in a few minutes when I get to it. If you like lots of red, go for it. And I just kind of blend it outwards with my finger. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to add some under here, just a little hint. Ugh, stop shaking. I'm just adding some down here. It probably doesn't help that I'm a pretty intense person, and I really want to get the paint moving around. That's probably also why my table shakes a lot. And why it's so rickety. It's been putting up with a lot. All right, so here we go. I can cover up some of these spots where they didn't want to, the ink didn't want to take too well. I'm just playing around with it. And you can still see that red, but that's fine because I'll try to figure out how to get that covered up. It maybe, I mean, it might take you having to come back the day after and just fixing it with more ink. So right now we're just adding some red here and there. And I just see how I kind of beat on my brushes. My mom is a painter, and as a kid, she would be like, you have to go back and forth like this, Adrienne. I was just like, ah! So, just kind of going in there. Bar would probably have a heart attack now if she saw that, but okay. That's funny, Lindsay. That's cute. Okay. Yes, much to our husband's dismay. Yes, I know that all too well. Although my husband has embraced this whole thing finally. He didn't understand it for a very long time. So now I'm adding some green, and I'm just going to let it hang out on the surface. I'm not going to really blend a whole lot. But the green, and I soon am going to add brown. It's just going to really kind of tone down that red a lot. The green's going to bring out a lot of those green leaves, the green sprigs. Just really make it all nice and pretty. And in the end, you pretty much can't see Frank's paper anyways. Sorry, Frank. But that's just how cookie crumbles sometimes. I get a little overboard with my mixed media, and I start playing with colors, and then I realize the whole paper is covered. So sometimes it's just easier to use white cardstock and be done with it. Okay, so I just added some green. I'm adding some underneath here where it's a little bit more hidden. This one spot is just giving me such a hard time. Okay. Whew. And then I'm going to go in with this cinnamon brown. It's really inky. And just fill in. That's going to, this is much darker color. Looks like dark chocolate. So it's really going to give our background a little bit of contrast. There's like an orange undertone too, which I like. All right. I think I am done with the paint for now. All right, let me wipe my hands a little bit. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in and add some of these glass beads. And this color is Butter. let me see, it's 961701. All right. I like the matness. I like how matte the acrylic paint is on this because I'm adding quite a lot of shine, and that's one of the reasons why I chose a matte paint instead of like a spray, is because I wanted to really use a ton of glitter, and the glass beads have a little bit of shimmer to it too, and with all the shimmer I just felt like it was just too much, so it's nice to add a little bit of a mix. So right now I took some soft matte gel, I dipped it into my container, and I'm just going to add it here and there, just a little bit over here, just a teeny tiny bit. I added quite a bit in here, and I'll show you in a second. And I'll take it off of the lid. I did add some in here. Okay. Don't be shy. I just kind of throw it all on there. I'll even sometimes even add more glue on top of those. And add a little bit more. Okay. So, and then while that is still wet, I might even add just a little hint of glitter. Just a tiny bit while it's still wet. All right. Let me see here. Maybe I will add a little bit of glass beads underneath here, hiding just a touch. This is a great filler if you just have a little bit of spare edges. And you want to just fill something. I can add a little bit down here. Oh, and I need to add where I put the glue down. So I just put a teeny bit down here, and I'll add a teeny bit here. And since I'm at it, a little bit up here. Okay? Let that dry, okay? All right. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those and really wipe them a little bit here. Just give me a second here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go crazy with the glitter. And glitter makes a gigantic mess. And me being a mom and a teacher of young children, glitter always annoyed me so badly because it gets everywhere. Karina, my daughter, found the glitter at one point, and I was just having a conniption. But it's really fun. It adds a ton of sparkle. So I'm going to suggest if you can keep it in a controlled environment, it really does add so much to the project. All right, so I added a lot, and on my original here, let me pull it up. So I added a ton, and I wanted it to look like the glitter was just like floating off, or I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. Like it's trickling down onto the F, or it's floating off the F, and just kind of going outwards. Okay, so that's how I kind of played that, and I just added a little bit, and I spread it out with my finger. A little bit more here and there underneath here. Maybe on the flower in places. And I just started spreading the glitter. And I added some underneath here. On this sample, it's a little more filled. than my original, and that's probably because I had to shift some things around. So I'm just adding some glitter here and there. I'll fill it in this little hole and down there. Oh, this is going to make a gigantic mess. You don't want to like move this around too much until those glass beads dry, okay? You don't want them rolling all over like I just did. Because I'll be finding those for months from now, all over the desk. My kids will be putting them in their mouths and okay. Yes. A glitter trail, that's a perfect way of putting it, Carrie. There's always a method to the madness. Alright. Then what I did as a final touch was I just took my brush, got a little bit of soft gel, and I just brushed it onto the flowers, just a little bit around the edge. Maybe even I got these sprigs quite a bit. And that's really going to pull it all together. Give it some nice shine and shimmer. And I mean, you could, and this will all dry clear, so if you miss parts, it's not going to be a big deal. I just really go lightly in there. Maybe I did add quite a little bit more onto the little sprigs and a little less on the flowers. Like I said, whatever you miss, it's just going to dry clear, so it's fine. Alright, I'm just going to turn this over. Shake off. Alright. I'm just going to clean up the excess just a little bit. And that's pretty much it. You have a beautiful wall decor piece for Christmas. I do need to fill in on these little extra spots that I missed on the tea, but other than that, it is all finished. And let me pull this aside here. Okay, perfect. Perfect for a present. Hang it for yourself. Give it as a gift. There's so many different options you can do with this. Lots of beautiful shimmer. You can lay off the glitter if you want, if it's too much for you. I just really love the glitter on this. Thank you, girls. You're always so kind. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you. Thanks so much, guys. You're always so sweet. So go out and get some Victorian Christmas. I have some plans for what I'm going to do with Frank's products in this line. I'm probably going to make a wreath again. I mean, I've been big on wreaths in the past. And I'll probably be using up quite a bit of these sprigs. Just kind of jazz that up. Use your flowers, add some glitter. I'll probably do, I'm definitely going to do a banner this year, so I'll probably be adding some of the gold elements to that, so it'll be really fun. Merry Christmas here at the Ford family house. So anybody else have any questions? Oh, you guys are awesome. Never too much shimmer, I know. So we got the F and the T. So me and my bestest buddy have matching Christmas decorations. I'm so excited. Can't wait to give it to her. Okay. All right. Super easy, super fun. Okay. Lots of mixed media. Make it your own. Make it as easy as you want it. Okay. So I do have another thing to share. So Prima asked if we could all share an ornament that we did. And I actually created these last year. And Carrie, you're going to have to forgive me. I totally forgot to get the numbers on these. Girls, if you want, you can do a Google search. I believe there's probably 6 or 7, maybe not even, maybe 5 or 6 girls, different designs that you can do. So what for these, I just took some 6x6 paper. I can't remember which line it was, but I just added a design to the back. I just traced it, okay, and glued it right to the wings. And then here we go again with the acrylic paint, the nice matte finish to it. And that way I added some nice little sparkle. And I do actually believe that I used the Luminous pack of glitter for this. And the Luminous pack is 961586. Okay, so that's a beautiful shimmer on a nice little matte background. Okay, you are awesome, Carrie. You rock. Thank you. Carrie's been putting up with my shenanigans. I'm pretty forgetful. Forgive me. So we got these sweet little Julie Nutting doll ornaments that you can jazz up. They come in pieces. There's the heart and then the 2 separate wings, and then you tie the ribbon on. And I think this one even had a tassel, but I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where it is. So you can do lots of fun things. There's some detail work in her scarf. You can add just some brown acrylic and do lots of fun little details. If you feel really gutsy, you can add faces, whatever you want to do. Okay? All right. So you guys have been so awesome. And let me just pull this down. Let me pull this around here. I'm upside down here. Give me a second. I have to figure out how to get myself so I'm not upside down. Here we go. There. Hi guys. And you can see my messy, hopefully you can't see my messy closet. So anyways, so I have some news for you guys that I wanted to share. And before I go, this Live with Prima is actually going to be my last. I have had so much fun with you guys, and Carrie has been such a blessing in my life. Hi! I'm just now seeing your text. So I'm really going to miss you guys. You have all been so kind over the past year. I think it's been almost a year and a half that I've been on Live with Prima. And it's just time for me to move on, and I know you guys will understand. Hi. So I will definitely be around in the craft community. I'm not going anywhere. I have been a little bit, what do you want to call it? I've just been kind of slowing down a little bit more. Yeah, I know. I'm really sad to leave Carrie. Carrie has been like a really awesome inspiration. She's always been great. And you guys have been such a tremendous support as I've learned and grown so much from this endeavor. I never could have imagined that I'd get the whole way to Live with Prima, and so it's just been a huge blessing, and you guys have been a huge part of that. So I'm so thankful for you all. Aw, I know. I'm really sad to leave, but I need to. Yes, you guys have been great. So funny, so caring, and so kind to me as I learned through this whole process. So it's been awesome. So thank you. I'm sorry to drop the bomb at the end, but I didn't want to I didn't want to start it at the beginning of the show. So you guys have been great. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. You guys have been great. Well, I will leave you with that. So don't forget about me. I will still be around. I'm not, I've been just kind of taking a break for now. I will be around and still creating. It's just going to be a lot less. My kids have been crazy. I feel like they get more crazy as they get older, which I didn't think was going to happen. Um, so yeah, I'll be around. And thank you so much. You guys have been great. All right. Yeah, thank you. I know. I'll think about it. Aww. Yay. All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I had such a great time with you tonight, and I hope you all have a blessed holiday. Um, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, yada, yada. And you all take care, okay? All right. See you guys.